It look like say Bob Marley did right, you know. Because it appears that a total destruction are the only solution. Yeah. And right now, it seems like the Israel-Gaza war are going to stop. So I man are going to chime in because the ICJ has called for an end to the Israel-Gaza war and has laid down many, lines that Israel is committing a genocide in the Gaza Strip. Now, the Rafah strike or insurgent has been ordered to stop. Greetings and salutations, to all nations. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Rastafari, so to your favorite Jamaican. Right now, I don't like what's going on in the Middle East, and if you don't, subscribe to the Rastaman channel. Leave your comment right now, because it appears that Israel has struck the Rafah area after it appears that, they have ignored the ICJ call for no more movement on Rafah, as the ICJ has called on Israel to stop their advance on Rafah. It appears that Israel has turned up the strike more because the Israeli army has killed 46 people across Gaza, as the health minister says that, and injured 110 across Gaza in the last 24 hours, reports are. Israel army continue to pound the southern city of Rafah after its force on Sunday night bombed a tent campment housing displacing Palestinians in the designated safe ground zone and killing 45 people. As this is not what we're looking for, because we're looking for de-escalation of the war. Now, it's been all over the internet, generals and empresses, that, the ICJ, the International Criminal Justice, is basically the world court, has asked Israel to stop their advance on Rafah and to cease and desist from the destruction that's being caused in Palestine. But it appears that Israel now want to hear none of that, and they are not listening. So I man, I go play the video right here, so where the ICJ was basically condemning the work of Israel and telling Israel, say, uno have to go stop what uno a do, or else we are going, charging them. But I man just know, say, boy, a joke, the ICJ a joke, because they have no way of enforcing none of these charges. So listen to the ICJ and its panel as they speak about Israel. All right, it's going to take a few moments, so listen what's going on, family and friends.
2024, the court also found that at least some of the rights claimed by South Africa under the Genocide Convention and for which it was seeking protection were plausible, namely the right of the Palestinians in Gaza to be protected from acts of genocide and related prohibited acts mentioned in Article 3, and the right of South Africa to seek Israel's compliance with the latter's obligation under the convention.
Yeah, because they continue to send weapons and money over there.
So no reason to revisit this conclusion in its order of March 28, 2024.
Now this is the World Court, people.
Sees no reason to do so for the purposes of deciding on the present request. It further considers that, by their very nature, at least some of the provisional measures sought pursuant to the present request are aimed at preserving the rights claimed by the applicant that the court has found to be plausible. The court must next consider whether the current situation entails a risk of irreparable prejudice to the plausible rights claimed by South Africa and whether there is urgency. The court recalls in this regard that it has previously concluded that in view of the fundamental values sought to be protected by the Genocide Convention, the plausible rights in question in these proceedings are of such a nature that prejudice to them is capable of causing irreparable harm. The court recalls that on May 7, 2024, Israel began a military offensive in Rafah following weeks of intensified bombardment, and that as a result, approximately 800,000 Palestinians were displaced from Rafah as at May 18, 2024. The court notes that senior United Nations officials have consistently underscored the immense risks associated with the military offensive in Rafah.
Not immense risk, but immense genocide and killing by the the friend of the United States, Germany, and England in Israel.
Would put, I quote, hundreds of thousands of people at imminent risk of death, end of quote, and would severely impact the humanitarian operation in the entire Gaza Strip, which is run primarily out of Rafah. On May 6, 2024.
Now what he's doing is going through all the different things that, led up to this decision.
2024, which are applicable throughout the Gaza Strip, including in Rafah. In these circumstances, the court finds it necessary to reaffirm the measures indicated in those orders. In so doing, the court wishes to emphasize that the measure indicated in paragraph 51(2)(a) of its order of March 28, 2024, requiring, I quote, the unhindered provision at scale by all concerned of urgently needed basic services and humanitarian assistance, end of quote, necessitates that the respondent maintain open land crossing points, and in particular the Rafah crossing. In view of Rafah crossing for unhindered provision at scale of urgently needed basic services and humanitarian assistance. In favor, President Salam, Judges Abraham, Yusuf, Shwe, Bandari, Iwasawa, Nolte, Charlesworth, Brandt, Gomez Robledo, Cleveland, Oresco, Tladi. Against, Vice President Sibaltinde, Judge Ad hoc Barak.
Now this person named Vice President Sibaltinde, they are the one that's only one, I think they're from Ghana, that voted against this.
Fact-finding mission or other investigative body mandated by competent organs of the United Nations to investigate allegations of genocide. In favor, President Salam, Judges Abraham, Yusuf, Shwe, Bandari, Iwasawa, Nolte, Charlesworth, Brandt, Gomez Robledo, Cleveland, Oresco, Tladi. Against, Vice President Sebutinde, Judge Ad hoc Barak. 3. By 13 votes to 2, decides that the State of Israel shall submit a report to the court on all measures taken to give effect to this order.
Israel now sending no report. Basically, families and friends who are going here, so is a joke because Israel now sending no report. But I just wanted you to see that the ICJ called for the end of the advanced attack on the Rafah area in Palestine, and Israel has continued to break all the ICC, the International Criminal Court request, and all of the ICJ, the International Criminal Justice requests, and America continue to back them, Germany continue to back them, England continue to back them. We're seeing a revelation of what real and true evil on the planet is about. It's about the supremacy and the conquest and the dominance of brown and darker skinned people. And this is the epitome of what we call white supremacy. Subscribe, like, and share to the Rastaman channel, ladies and gentlemen. It's Rastafari Soldier. As the ICJ has called for the end of advanced attack on the Rafah area in Palestine, Israel has continued to kill Palestinians in the Gaza Strip, in the Rafah area, and in the entire region of Palestine. And the world is sitting back and allowing the massacre, the mass displacement, and the starvation, the genocidal movement of Israel, the United States, Germany, England, and many European countries. As we notice that there has been a shift in tide where Spain, South Africa, even Venezuela, I think it was Ireland, they all have stated that they will recognize Palestine as a state and has called and denounced the action of Israel, called it genocidal and warmongering. I'm Rastafari Soldier. Leave your comment on this one, ladies and gentlemen. How come we are sitting by and allowing a totally, apartheid and genocidal country or so-called state to actually, kill so many women, children, journalists, aid workers, old people, indiscriminately, and the world is watching as if it's okay. I'm Rastafari Soldier. Remember, you do unto others as you wish that you would be done, and you judge unless you would be judged. So I and I, man, don't like no war as a Rasta man, and to see this relentless war being committed against the Palestinians, if anybody, even over there in Russia, to see the war that's, taking so many lives of Ukrainians and Russians, it's just unbelievable that we vote for these people, these so-called politicians, to be leaders, when all they do is they send our children into harm's way to fight their old political aspiration. Subscribe to the Rastaman channel, ladies and gentlemen. Build up the Rastaman panel. I'm reporting here live. The ICJ, the International Criminal Court, have called for the end of the advanced attack on Rafah, but Israel continue to indiscriminately slaughter Palestinians. More life and more joy and more happiness.